Okay, welcome everybody to tonight's webinar on the 5X marketing system. My name is Martin Longden. I'm the owner and director of Leading Point, and I'm really glad to be able to bring this to you tonight. This, in addition to the core offer, stage 3 of the 5X marketing system that we utilize within our own business and that for our clients as well. This particular stage has the potential to really explode the generation of activity within your business after people have purchased your core service, your core offer, being that a service or a product that you carry within your business. And the reason I wanted to go into this in just a snapshot detail is to really unpack for you the reason why it is so important for you to focus on this and also find a way to incorporate the profit increase step within your overall marketing system. So I want to begin by asking the obvious question: what is a profit increase? And as you've recalled from the previous webinars that we've run, the reason we asked the question is because we want to be able to arrive at the answer that contains the meaning upon which we build all of the additional information and teaching out of this to ensure that we're getting the correct meaning for what a profit increase is. So let's have a look at what the types of profit increase are before we then look at the specific meaning of what a profit increase is. So there's 8 types of profit increase, and they're broken into 3 different levels. The first, or your introductory basic level of profit increase types, are what you've no doubt familiar with and what you've heard of before, are your upsells and then your cross-sells. And then we have your more intermediate, and there's 4 on that particular level, how they link and work together. And at the advanced level, or the 3rd level, there are 2 very powerful and very influential profit increase types that you need to have sit on the 2nd and the 1st level. And let me point something out to you really quickly here. Because someone's already asked the question in the chat box, can you go for the power ones straight away? And the answer is no. Well, let me take this back a step. The obvious answer is yes, you can do this. However, if you haven't built a progressive sequence and a foundation of the 1st and 2nd level profit increase types, then the impact and the influence of your 3rd level profit increase types are not going to have the sort of oomph or the push or the influence to be able to create the type of potential and results that they do represent. So this is why we're only looking at the 1st level here tonight, is because I want to be able to articulate both the profit increase meaning and then how that translates into how we do upsells and cross-sells and what each of those must contain. So the key objective of what a profit increase is supposed to achieve for you is to increase the transactional value of each client within a 12-month period. Now, the reason I've focused on transactional value of each client is purely because you need to see how this links into the context of what your business model needs to contain where developing sales, which is obviously a natural progression out of building your pipeline, is concerned. And the reason I wanted to look at this is to help put this into context, to give you a very clear picture as to the reason why having a profit increase step in your marketing system is so vitally important to not only gaining clients, but then being able to improve the revenue generation of your client spend across different aspects of your service or your product easily and methodically. So you can measure it, you can implement it step by step. It's easy to implement and engage, and it gives you a natural pathway for your clients to follow in order for them to build upon that initial core offer experience that you've made available to them in the previous step. So ideally, your business model needs to contain 5 components, and the reason I've kept 3 of those hidden is simply because if we unpack all 5 at once, we're going to be here for the next half an hour. And I want to keep this relatively pointed and focused upon the profit increase component of this particular part of the system and relate it to those specific areas of your business model that I'm unpacking for you right now. So I've already touched on the annual transaction value, or the average transaction value that each client represents over a 12-month period. And this is really going to help you understand that if the average transaction value based upon your buyer gate and your core offer, and as we'll see, your profit increase is say $250 per client per year. And you obviously have a goal where you want to generate $250,000. That means that you're going to need 1,000 clients per year at $250 per client to generate $250,000 for your business over that 12 months. Now, I've also included the lifetime value, or the number of transactions that that client will engage in over the lifetime of them being a client for your business. Now, that could be a 3-year period. You may just simply step in a progressive sequence of developing a number of opportunities over a 3-year period, that over that 3-year period, you would want your client to maybe engage 25 transactions at an average value of $250 per transaction. What's that? $12,500 off the top of my head? I don't know, because I'm making figures up and it's reasonably late. Here, let me just quickly do the sums on this. So it's 250 by 250 is $62,500. Now, what did I say? 25 by 250. It's going to be $6,250 for the average transaction value of $250 as a lifetime value that each client represents. So go back to my model that I touched on previously. $250,000 that you want to achieve each year, and in order to do that, you need to have 1,000 clients for that particular year, spending the average transaction value of $250. What that means is that over a 3-year period, you are going to generate on your first year earnings another 25 times that over the 3-year period. Can you see the value in building 25 average lifetime transactions at the average value of $250 over a 3-year period is going to net you over $6,000 per client, which over a 3-year period is going to just simply explode your business. Now, the majority of those transactions that I've mentioned, the lifetime value, or the number of transactions being 25, a lot of those, the majority of those, around 20 to 22 out of that example, are going to be found in this step of your profit increase. If you simply engage your client to have 2 or 3 transactions and you call them a client and you do not have a plan in place, for example, using the profit increase step within your marketing system model to offer them an opportunity to engage in another 20 to 22 transactions over a 3-year period for this type of model. It may not suit every business out there, but I'm just giving you this particular model. Then you can see clearly you're going to be leaving a lot of money on the table. That client, if they have the opportunity to spend, will then offer their investment out to your competitors for something similar that you could have quite easily have created. Now, it sounds like a lot of work. The simple equation around all of this is that it does not require a lot of work. It just requires some forethought and planning, and I'm going to show you exactly what to incorporate and consider around your planning as part of tonight's webinar. So give me a quick yes and okay if you're looking forward to that, and if you understand what I've shared. I know I've gone into a little bit of detail there, but I wanted to highlight to you just why it is so important that you incorporate the profit increase as this particular step within your overall marketing system. You've got 3 great steps. Don't leave it at 3. Move on to number 4. So let's get into it. Why the profit increase? Well, I've already covered that from a factual, objective business model and revenue generation point of view. I now want to look at the psychology or the thinking around the client and offer you reasons why it is also very important, based on human behavior, as to what they'll naturally engage in and do with a competitor if they don't do this with yourself. And it's simply your client is looking to join a community to experience connection and satisfaction through additional experiences, through profit increase offers, where you can deliver value that builds upon the core service and the core offer that you've provided, and then most importantly, invite them as a repeat client to take up the mantle of being an ambassador for your business. Now, the reason this is important from a community perspective is imagine they are a repeat client. They wear the mantle as being an ambassador and can speak with authority on the value of your core offer, on the value of your profit increase, on the value of your buyer gate, even your lead magnet. And you're inviting them from time to time as part of the strategy that I'll unpack for you. You're inviting them to contribute their feedback. They're going to contribute well-tested, battle-tested experiences of them engaging with your core offer, and therefore add to the authority and the depth of your social proof. And this can be incredibly powerful to accelerate the uptake of your business from people that engage in a lead magnet to them being made an offer around a buyer gate. If you've got a lot of social proof and a lot of depth of experience from a number of transactions that your clients have made, then the likelihood of your client engaging a lead magnet to then moving to engaging your buyer gate is going to be multiplied exponentially, because the depth of the social proof and the authority that your clients are offering their experience from having tested and gone through your pipeline themselves will quickly speak to the heart and to the mind of a new client coming in and engaging a lead magnet to then encourage and motivate them to encountering or engaging a buyer gate quite rapidly, and therefore shorten the transaction period to go from a lead magnet through to a core offer that you're making available. So I want you to see just why this aspect of the marketing system is so important for you to incorporate. So let's move on. What does a great profit increase actually have? Well, we've seen there are 8 types. Your profit increase is made up of 2 simple things: speed and automation. That's it. The speed by which they can engage and execute their response to the offer that you're making your profit increase, and how automated it is in order to deliver the profit increase result or the product or the service that you've built in for that client to then be able to engage and experience and implement and build upon the core service experience that they've had. What we found is that when we've developed a system that both makes it easy to engage your profit increase offer and enables them to do that rapidly, and the whole sequence is set up to engage a high level of automation to make that happen there for them, then what happens is that your profit increase is running in the background, and you can have a multiple number of profit increases linking back to one core offer that you can build an automated path or an automated communication path around each of those profit increase types, and enable your client to engage each of these rapidly and with speed to make them incredibly effective. So these are the 2 things that each profit increase type must include: speed and automation. So now let's move on to your first profit increase, which is your upsell. And your upsell, a lot of us are familiar with. Would you like fries with that? You go to, and I'll tell you a really cool example from McDonald's where burgers are concerned. McDonald's actually figured out that these results I'm going to share with you are taken from a survey that they published amongst certain marketing channels as an example of the efficiency of McDonald's systems and being able to determine their average marketing cost just to get someone come through their drive-through. Now, they have 2 major channels: walk-ins and drive-throughs. So the one I'm going to share with you right now is on the drive-through example. McDonald's figured out, and this is over in the United States, and I'm sure it'll be quite similar, if not more efficient within Australia and New Zealand here. McDonald's figured out to get someone with all of their advertising, marketing, and food preparation and salary and wage costs, with every cost involved to get this to happen, to pull a person into a drive-through, it cost them $1.91. $1.91 per person to come through their drive-through queue. Now, the average cost of a burger, one burger that the person ordered, was $2.18 or $2. There was an 18-cent profit on top of the the cost of getting the person through to the drive-through. So if we look at the 18-cent profit and we add that to the cost of getting the person into the drive-through at $1.90, $2.09. That's right. The average cost of the burger was $2.09. So they effectively made an 18-cent profit on the drive-through. Now, if their burger, the average value of that burger cost and the profit on each burger was 18 cents, straight away I can tell you right now that the burger at McDonald's, and this is what they emphasized in different language, but effectively the same meaning, the burger at McDonald's is their core offer. It's their core offer. Their buy-a-gate may be to execute a coupon or to come in with a combo meal, but effectively to get the person in the drive-through and then buy a burger, the burger was their core offer. Would you like fries with that? Is a profit increase option. It's a profit increase strategy. It is the upsell. This is where they really make their money. Their fries that they sell at, like, I think it was 95 cents in the US, we're talking about in their market, so it's obviously cheaper than ours here. 95 cents for small fries. The cost of delivering that small fries, again with all the overheads, wages, salary, the whole lot, was around 23 cents. And they sold it for 95 cents. So they've just made a margin of, 72 cents on a small fries. Now, 72 cents on that profit increase divided by the 18-cent profit they made on their core offer, being the burger, they just effectively multiplied their profit within the same transaction nearly fivefold, fourfold, 4 times, 400%, just from asking, would you like fries with that? So I trust you can see the real value in incorporating a profit increase option within your marketing system. So let's look at the key objective. The upsell needs to be relevant to the core offer, and it must not provide the challenge of the client thinking of a new desired end result. So going back to the McDonald's example, the desired end result for that drive-through person, that traffic coming in, I want a McDonald's burger, and I'm hungry, I want something to eat. I want the tummy rumbles to go away, and I want to fill my food with stomach, and I've chosen McDonald's because of whatever reason they would choose to go through McDonald's to fill the stomach with. So your upsell needs to be relevant to the core offer. Their upsell, would you like fries with that? It's another food item designed to engage a taste for a particular type of taste that they have, and also fill out their stomach a little bit more. And it does not, it must not automatically raise within your client's thinking, oh, I've got to think of a new desired end result. Otherwise, it's not going to be related, it'll be irrelevant, and the stickability of your upsell will be far, far, far less than what it could be by making it relevant to your core offer. Let me give you another example. And this one, I think, let me just have a look at the slides here. Well, let's go through some examples, and then I'll bring out a key example from a service business that you can really relate to. I'm sure a lot of people on tonight's call obviously are very familiar, pardon me, with the process of reviewing, consulting, and doing work within your business. And obviously bringing a coaching approach to see what you can improve upon and how you can do things better within your business. Profit increase examples, it's a wheel alignment after a car service. It's an extension package on a coaching package or a coaching service over a period of time. It's hair highlights with a cut and a colour at your local hairdresser. It's fries and a drink with a burger, as I've just mentioned. A nail treatment with a body massage and obviously conditional in this example for one of our clients, where the client's a beauty therapist. So beauty therapy, one of their profit increase drivers was the nail treatment, a brief version of their nail service, which was one of their core offers as well, in addition to a body massage. So where the clientele wanted to come in and get a full body massage, the full-on works, oils and just a nice mood music, and just lie in a bed for, I think, 3/4 of an hour and have a full massage top and bottom on the back side of the body. And they came out of this, and then it was offered, you know, well, before they went in there, if you'd like to take advantage, we also have a simple nail treatment session where you can sit and you can relax and you can put your feet up and just allow us to dress your nails and make them look pretty, so you walk out both with your body and your nails feeling and looking great. It was related. It was just a natural service. And the profit within their nail management and their nail maintenance profit increase option was, I think, around about 17 times the profit that they made on the body massage. So still, body massage, core service, nail treatment, profit increase option. Personal training sessions with a gym membership, no-brainer. So we're all familiar with that. So let's now look at the example around the coaching practice. So one of the clients that we worked with, they were experiencing a bit of, I suppose, a logjam at the end of delivering a packaged coaching program for their clients. And we were looking at specifically a 6-month program. The 4 coaches within the practice, they'd work with clients on this particular program and look at a key area of their life where they wanted to make fairly major adjustments, mainly around career, relationships, or around elements of their personal development within their vocation or their business. And so when they got to the end of the 6-month program, which is one of their core services, their core offers, they then, before we stepped in and we worked with them to make this incredibly lucrative for them, they were experiencing their clients wanting to stay with them, but then just basically like you would do with leasing a home or renting a home. You have a 12-month contract. In this case, it was a 6-month for the coaching practice, and then the tenant, aka the client, would then just simply pay a fee or make a booking if they wanted to stay within the coaching practice and continue to get service. If they didn't want to do that, or they just wanted to drop a couple of months and reflect or do whatever they do, then they would come back in the 3rd month completely unexpected, out of the blue, and just simply phone the reception and say, look, I'd love to book in and have a chat to George or Mark or one of the others there and engage in a coaching session. Can I do that? And then they'd make the appointment, and then invariably with a percentage of those people would come back, something had come up at the last minute, they phone in to cancel a week before the coaching session, and there was just no way that they had to be able to manage their practice, and it was frustrating for them. And they could also clearly see and understand, and even after our conversation we had when we sat down with them, they even gained more of a painful awareness of exactly what it was meaning to the potential revenue that they were losing simply because they didn't have an effective system. They tried a couple of things, but nothing was effective until we started talking to them about the 5X marketing system, and we started to focus on the profit increase. So in a nutshell, what came out of the profit increase was that we helped them to create an extension package. An extension package was just simply a further 3 months worth of work, really getting down to the nuts and bolts in a specific area of the work that they had been doing, where through that 6-month program, the client had recognized a real sticking point in one key area, one, maybe two, but certainly one key area of the work that they had done in that particular area of their life. And so the extension package was being offered to really say, hey, something, you've done a lot of good work, we've helped you get some great results, and we're aware, obviously, that there's some deeper work that you could do here, or more that you could learn to get even more rapid results in the future, and we'd like to be able to help you do that. And so what we've done is we've put together what we've called a specialist or an extension package to really focus in and do some deep work here to get some great results. So we get this fixed for you quickly, and it becomes a permanent fix, and it won't surface or won't spring up 12 months down the track and potentially sabotage all the work that we've helped you do over the previous 6 or 9 months. How does that sound to consider? And the majority of them were taking up the extension package where they had a desire to do that. And so what we're able to then do is solve for them the undecided element of then coming back, and also help them implement that key part of their business where they were generating something ridiculous like 15 times the profit within an extension package, which was half the time over the majority of the work or the package they were doing in the 6-month area. So what that actually helped them to do was not only deliver an exceptional level of value and deliver an additional or extension service over and above their core offer to their client, it actually communicated to their clients that they were willing to go the extra mile with them and really help them dig down deep instead of just asking them to fit into a one-size-fits-all and take on another 6-month program that really hadn't been designed or wasn't really fit for purpose for digging deep in that area after they'd done the initial 6 months. So that was a great example of how a profit increase option, when it was incorporated in the marketing system that we helped them to develop, actually delivered a lot of good results for their clients and also helped them to build a substantial amount of profit and bring some structure and methodicism or consistency into their business in retaining their clients. All right, so if everyone understands that and they see that as being a really good example, if you have any questions, you want to drop some comments into the chat and let me know that that makes sense and it's okay for us to move on to the next slide. Just give me a quick yes or an okay, and then we can move on to the next profit increase option. All right. Okay, so I'm getting lots of yeses here. Terrific. Thank you. Yeah, look, and I'm really glad. Marsha has just indicated that she has just had a bit of an epiphany, an insight where this particular profit increase option, just the example that we've taken from the coaching practice into tonight's webinar, it's given her a number of ideas. So good on you. Thank you, Marsha. I appreciate that. And yeah, Mark, thank you. Yes, and we're going to touch on the difference between the upsell and the cross-sell. So let's take a look at that right now. So your second profit increase option out of the 8 types is a cross-sell. So the key objective out of your cross-sell, it needs to support the same benefit to the core offer with a new product or service and to meet a new desired outcome. So where the upsell was to avoid creating a new desired outcome, your cross-sell is primarily designed to create a new desired outcome that is some way indirectly related to your initial core offer that they engaged in, but also causes them to think about something else that's related in an indirect fashion that they may not have thought about, but helps them to expand their engagement with the expansion of what you offer within your service or within your business. So let's give an example. This one here that I developed from looking at what Amazon do, and we have looked at this, doing this for a business, and we're currently working something similar to Amazon in bringing something a little bit more closer to home. So the example that we utilize to begin this process that I've just articulated to you about the work we're doing with a particular client, imagine you do a course on time management. And in the course, a book is recommended for you to read up on that really adds a lot of information and a lot of additional detail to help you get a lot out of your time management course that you've just done and to give you some additional great reference points. So you go to Amazon. So you purchase the book, and on their thank you page, after you've purchased, it also has the headline, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen this, customers who bought this item also bought. That's incredibly powerful, because straight away what Amazon are doing is that they're advertising to you, hey, there are additional products and services that we have available for you that you also might find of interest that in some way, shape or form are indirectly related to the book or the service that you've just purchased on our website. And you see on there that there's a Microsoft Outlook professional package. Let's say it's Office 2013, that's listed there, and that you buy that because you are now thinking, done the time management course, I've bought the book, and I have a pretty good idea of what's on the book and what to expect. Now I want to be able to utilize a time management system software that I can use online within my PC and my work environment to practice what I've learned in the course and the additional stuff I'm going to read about in the book, and actually put it into practice within an ideal environment that's going to allow me to implement what I've just learned in a practical fashion. So you go ahead and you buy the software. That is a great example of a profit increase option that utilizes the cross-sell example, or the cross-sell option there. So there's a lot of other examples that I know will spring to mind as you give this some thought and you keep an eye out for a number of different examples of how you could use a cross-sell. In our business, I'll give you a great example out of Leading Point. In our business, one of our cross-sells is looking at doing some leadership development within a business team or within the executive team of the business if they've got some senior managers or executives. Because we inordinately find that once we start to work with the business and we deliver practical results for them, we uncover a lack that is occurring somewhere in their business, and usually it's around systems or procedure, which then prevents the business owners or the business owner from stepping out of the normal day-to-day operations of their business to work on their business because they find themselves stuck in the business. And Michael Gerber spoke about this in the E-Myth, where effectively he points to the lack of systemization in your business as being one of the main reasons why people burn out or get fed up and they just drop the business and go back to doing what they're doing because they just find it all too hard. And so we inevitably find that through a lack of systems, there's an issue to do with the way leadership is being done within the business, and they are effectively trying to do their best with what they've got, and that's noble, but effectively they're doing things with a lack of information about leadership models of how to drive their business that then release them from having to work in the business, and they can distance themselves, appoint a few people, work on the business, and effectively then be released of getting stuck in it, and all of a sudden they start to watch it grow in ways that they never thought imaginable, simply because they've learned to do leadership in a new way, and they've implemented automation and speed as part of their system structure simply by employing a marketing system and some other things that they've done really, really well. So there's an example of a cross-sell, which is leadership development, once you deliver the result around your core offer. All right, so just to refresh, 8 times. The first level, your upsells and your cross-sells. Your second level, there are 4 that work together, and the third level, there are 2 key profit increase types that when you employ these will not only generate recurring revenue, but will effectively multiply that recurring revenue very quickly. And again, as I mentioned, you can go and visit our site if you want to have a look at a quick overview of what some of these are. I think you'll find them under our Systems tab on the main website, and there's a short video that goes into exploring some of those details there for you. All right, so your next step here is to access the worksheet below this video and begin to develop an outline of your own core offer along with your profit increase options. Now, I've included core offer there simply because the profit increase options will need to link back out of your core offer, and there's a really cool way to do this. Think of aspects, as you thought of aspects to develop a lead magnet and a buyer gate that would lead into your core offer. Now think of key aspects of your core offer that could just be a natural upsell, and before you know it, you'll have 5 or 10 upsells that you may not have even thought about before. I've got some additional resources of how to develop this, utilizing that idea and a couple of others that I've included for you to be able to help you develop something that's tangible in the way of ideas and start to get you thinking about what some of these upsells can be or cross-sells can be as natural profit increase extensions and options to build upon your core offer that you offer your clients there. So thanks again for joining us tonight. It's been really cool to deliver this. We've packed a lot of information into this webinar, and I'm conscious that we've touched upon aspects of your profit increase options that are going to work for you very, very well and then keep it relatively simple for you. So I'm really looking forward to visiting with you on our final webinar coming up, where we look at the return pathway, and effectively what we're going to cover here is a systematic strategy to re-engage clients that have entered into the lead magnet but have not gone on to the buyer gate, that have entered into the buyer gate but not gone on to your core offer, entered into your core offer but have not gone on to any of your profit increase options. And you're going to be blown away by how simple this return pathway strategy is to be able to link all of these different inquiries and different clients that visit different stages, so effectively prevents leakage and it prevents people jumping off at one stage and never returning, to help you re-engage them and keep them connected to your communication and to your community, so you're maximizing the opportunity for them to engage in some stage of your pipeline until they follow all the way through, or they qualify themselves out altogether, but you've given them every shot and the best option to remain engaged as potential buyers throughout the entire series of your pipeline or this 5X marketing plan. All right, so I'm really looking forward to catching up with you on our next webinar. Details of when that is occurring are coming out over the next week there for you. Looking forward to catching up with you soon. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. I really appreciate your comments that you're posting on the chat box there. Again, look out for your worksheet there. Make sure that you do the work necessary. Otherwise, you're not going to translate the learning into a practical development of ideas in the context of your own business, and you'll find that if you don't keep the momentum up, it's very easy just to allow the day-to-day distractions of running a business to keep or prevent you from doing some really good solid development work in your business. All right, everybody, that is a wrap. Thank you very much for your attendance and your company with me tonight, and I really trust that this has been useful in ways that will even occur to you beyond what has occurred to you right now. I'm sure that the following morning, even over the next week, you're going to get some additional ideas that will continue to generate out of the thinking that you've created from watching tonight's webinar. So thanks, everyone. Looking forward to seeing you really soon. Okay.